from the person that you're with. I don't know what happened to you, YouTube. You all cut out on me. I don't know what happened. Sorry. So we're just here. We're just gonna pick up from where we left off. Again, the question is, would you seek counsel with? Ronell, you saying yes. Okay. So as a man saying yes, why would you say yes? Even based off of what I just said, like based off of that type of scenario. If something has gone on in your past that if you speak on it to the person that you're with has a potential to change your relationship. It has a potential to change either how they see you, how they interact with you, um, what you're able to do. I mean, it could change everything. It could like literally change your whole life, your physical life. It could change everything. You would still tell them everything about you. Are you still holding strong to that? I'm going to open the phone lines if you want to call in and discuss it. 770-906-5271, 770-906-5271 if you want to call in and discuss it. I thought this thing and deep conversation, pretty deep conversation that we could be having this evening based on you all's responses and interactions with me. What's going on, Miss Nikki Garland? Thank you, darling, for being here. I appreciate you. So you're saying yes, that you would seek counseling from your significant other, no matter what has gone on in your past. So if you have been in, again, these are just scenarios. I'm making them up as we're having conversation. This is nothing to do with me because y'all know I don't have no problem being transparent. But what I'm saying right now, as far as the scenarios, don't have nothing to do with me. So if you're in a relationship with someone and you have basically got to it as a false person, I'm gonna say it like that. A false person. Only, and I don't want that to sound disrespectful. You're in a relationship with somebody and you're not being completely open. I'll put it that way. You're not being completely open about your past. Okay. Be it, and I don't just mean any particular trauma. I mean something that may have been where you were caught up in something legally. It may have been something sexual, whatever, something that people would consider crazy and sick, and boy or girl, why would you do that? I don't want to talk to you, don't whatever, something that would be judged by society as not acceptable. Would you have that conversation with the person that you're with, knowing that there's a possibility that once you open that up, your whole situation could change for good? Like your relationship could end, so you could lose them forever. Your living situation might change, your access to things might change, how they see you might change, how you see yourself might change. It's all a possibility. So you don't necessarily know for certain that it's going to change or how it's going to change, but you are pretty adamant that you're not willing to take the chance of things changing. So Miss Nikki says, yes, I'm very transparent. I'm comfortable with being by myself if they can't handle it. So I'm prepared for however they respond. Okay. All right. All right. Okay, so we have two yeses and one no. And I'm not counting the no that I got directly from my folks. Okay, so it's like 2 and 2 right now. Two no's and 2 yeses, and it's only one yes from a man. So I find this interesting because I really figured that if the no's were going to come out, it was going to be all the guys. All the men would say, "Oh hell to the Nizal." I figured that it's and I won't say an ego thing, but that is more of a masculine trait not to do it, because he doesn't want to, one, seem weak to his woman by um, exposing all of his vulnerabilities to her. That's just one thing. Two, excuse me, two, he doesn't want those things to ever come back on him to be used as a weapon against him. Um, yeah, those two things. Nikki, you said I would have to say for my fiance, it's a no. Okay, so the guys are saying no. Okay, so we got two men that say no, and one woman that says no, and the other women are saying yes. What's going on, Beth? I haven't seen you since what, eighth grade? How are you, dear? Appreciate you for being here. So since you are here, let me ask you the question. So the question is, would you seek counseling from your intimate mate, from your husband, from your boyfriend, your girlfriend? Would you seek counseling from them? So if something has gone on in your life, and we'll put everything together. So um, if you've experienced something deep in trauma before you were together, will will you seek counseling with him or her about that? And would you seek counseling if the scenario, if the situations that you had been in prior to the person that you're with were socially unacceptable? Okay, be it involved with the law, be it involved with sexuality, um, drugs, whatever. Would you seek counseling from them, and why or why not? You said Keisha, I changed it. I'm just trying to. Who changed it? I did, or Nikki changed it? Who changed what? Clarify, because I'm trying to do it from both ends. I'm wanting to see if it's on the traumatic end, and if it's just the fact that because they've done some things in their life, they've done some things in their past, that maybe they might be ashamed of it, they might be embarrassed, whatever it is. And then again, they might not. They just might not think that you strong enough to handle it, or they might just feel it just ain't none of your business. It ain't got nothing to do with you, or it's safer to just not tell you. Um, or if I tell you, you're gonna think less of me or different of me. You're gonna change my life. The decision is going to change something. Excuse me. I'm getting over a slight head cold. So y'all talk to me. What's what? You said thought Nikki changed. She was saying her fiance said no. Right. Yeah, her fiance was saying no. Yeah, she's sticking to her guns. She still would do it and say F your feelings if you can't deal with the fact of what I just told you. That's what she said. I'm comfortable in who I am, what I've done, or whatever. I'm comfortable with me, and I'm comfortable telling you about me. And if you're not comfortable hearing about me, peace out. That's what she's saying. Um, yeah. So I also addressed it from the fact that in these situations, both people have a right to make a decision. So the person who is, let's say, holding the secret has a right to make the decision to hold the secret or expose the secret, as does the other person listening have the decision of, I'm going to receive it and process it and accept it, or peace out. So both sides have a decision to make, but either way, the decisions are going to affect one another. If you all want to call, feel free. 770-906-5271, 770-906-5271. For those of you who are just joining me, is a Q&A type of day. And the question that I posed, and if you all can ask questions about whatever, okay, that was just the question that I want to know. The question that I posed is, would you seek counseling from the person that you are intimate with? Ms. Carla says, I would only do it if it's necessary. Some people feel like they are giving a person too much power or control over them when exposing their personal past situations. Got you. So it's on a need to know basis. You need to know this or you don't. I got you. And that's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of people don't feel comfortable telling anything about themselves, or not so much about themselves, because it is about, in their minds, relinquishing control, being vulnerable with the person that they're with. But they'll do it with somebody that they don't know. It's like, well, how fair is that? You'll be open and vulnerable with somebody that you don't give a damn about. And it's two-sided. Like, I see it on both sides, right? You'll be open and vulnerable with somebody you don't care nothing about, right? Somebody that you'll never see again, who doesn't have your best interest, nothing. But you won't tell the person that you love. It seems like that's so wrong, but I get it from both ends. Yes, you will tell somebody that you'll never see again all your business, because you'll never see them again. You don't have any involvement. There's no investment with that person. You have nothing to lose by telling somebody that don't know you, that you don't care about, nothing. You've got nothing to lose with them. You get to express whatever you want to say. You don't have to care about how they feel about you, because it don't matter. They don't know you. You don't know them. You pay your bill, roll out, and that's that. You know what I'm saying? The person that you are with, you would hold back because because you do care about them. You, like he was saying, you have to wake up with them. You got to look them in the face. You got to see them on a regular basis. You're going to be concerned about how they're thinking, how they're processing, how they're feeling, how they're moving, what they're thinking about you. He said you're going to look at yourself differently. Now that I've said this to the individual that I love, how do I feel about me now that I've done that? So is looked at as, now I've burdened this individual with something that was unnecessary. I've burdened this person with something that happened in my past, or something that happened in my past, where I could have told somebody that don't know me, that is not going to affect them in any way. Keep it moving. And I still would have gotten the counseling or the help that I needed by telling somebody who don't care. What are y'all's thoughts? I mean, I love this conversation. Ms. Carla says a therapist has to keep confidentiality. Right, absolutely. But in relationships, that person may want revenge after a breakup or be spiteful. Absolutely. That's a fact. So I understand, that being one of the reasons why people would not want to share that type of information. I get it. So, okay, so what if the person that was telling their business wasn't even telling it to a therapist? What if they were telling it to an associate? They could have been telling it even to someone that they consider a friend, but they're not sleeping with them. You know what I'm saying? Is this someone that they just know, right? That's the opposite sex. So let's just say it's the man who's holding the information. He's withholding information from the woman, from his woman. But he has a female friend or associate that he tells everything to. What about that? And vice versa with the woman. She's not telling her husband she used to be a prostitute. She ain't saying that. Or, she completely changed her identity because she was running from somebody. So she's under witness protection, or that she's working with the CIA, whatever. just throwing out scenarios. She's not telling him that, but she'll go tell another male associate or anybody. She'll go tell another man that, but she won't tell her dude. How about that? Miss Keisha said that happens all the time. You tell your friend stuff that you don't tell your partner until you're comfortable. Okay, but sometimes people are in relationships for a long period of time and they don't tell their partner. What's going on, Chandra? You know what? I just feel so honored that you even bothered to show up on my page. Y'all don't know who this brother is. Those of you that skate, y'all know exactly who that is. But if you don't, thank you. I just appreciate you. I got so much respect for you. I really do. That brother, one, he be getting down on the wood. Psh, don't play with it. All right, that's one thing. I love him. Anyway, Chandra, thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. So I don't know if you heard the question. The question that I posed is, would you seek counseling from your wife or your significant other? Would you seek counseling from your wife or significant other, particularly dealing with things that you have done in your past? So dealing with two types of scenarios. So we're talking one about any type of trauma, an emotional trauma, something that you've been through, maybe something that was done to you or something that you've had to do to somebody else, or you ain't have to do it, but you did it and it was messed up. Whatever. I'm for real. Whatever it was, you did some crazy shiggity, right? You did some stuff. Would you, and it's burning you up. It's doing something to you, right? Like it's messing with you, having nightmares, you can't sleep, you can't eat, whatever is affecting you, and it's affecting the person, it's affecting your relationship, even though the person that you're in a relationship with doesn't really know exactly what it is. Would you tell them? You said most definitely. Okay, and never too good for therapy. Okay, but would you allow your wife or significant other to be your therapist? That's the thing. And I'm asking because I had this conversation with my guy friend, right? And like I said, I do counseling because that's who I am. Like, this is what I do, for a living. But before I was doing it for a living, I was doing it naturally, like as a child. This is just me. So my thing is, I ask questions. When I see something going on with somebody, I dig. I ask questions. I don't deal with the surface stuff. I'm digging. I want to go to the root, and then I want to go to the seed, and then I want to go to the soil, and then who's tilling it. All of that. I'm going there to find out what is the problem. Where did it come from? Let's go way back there and then fix all that and get here, right? I'm that person. But not everyone's like that, right? Not everyone cares, one, to go back that deep. Not everybody wants to dig up that dirt. I respect that. However, it don't stop me. It doesn't stop me from doing it because it's natural for me. I do respect when a person says, I'm not doing it. I don't want to do it. I respect it. Okay. It's difficult for me to still not do it though, but I respect it. So I think I digressed a bit because now I don't know what I'm getting ready to talk about. But the issue is if you would talk to that individual about everything and I mean everything that has gone on in your past, especially if it's affecting you right now. What's going on, D Mays? Thank you, loved one, for being here. I appreciate you. Shamra says, got to dig deep in order to progress the future. Absolutely. Okay, so you would open up to your wife completely about whatever's going on. So what if, here's the other part. What if she asks you, have you ever, and I'm about to get real deep now, okay? And I don't be trying to offend nobody. If you happen to get offended, that's your decision. If your husband or wife asks you if you have ever been sexually involved with the same sex or have any desire to be or have ever been, how do you respond? Would you tell them? I can't. I wish somebody wants to call in and I can't tell them because they're texting me. I can't. Y'all give me a moment. Let me see if I can respond some kind of way. Y'all talk about it. What's going on, Misty? I appreciate you, loved one. Y'all talk about it for a minute because I got to figure out how to get this person online because this is why we're having this conversation because of the one that's trying to get in here. So, let me see. Hey, sister. Yeah, so for those of you who are just joining, who are not certain what I'm talking about, the question that I pose is, will you seek counseling? Would you seek counseling from the person that you are intimate with? Would you seek counseling from the person that you're intimate with? And if not, why wouldn't you? And if so, why would you? What's going on, Patricia? My sisters are coming on in. That's what's up. That's what's up. Let me see if I can find these people. Okay, Patricia says no. Okay, so why are you saying no, Patricia? Tell me why you're saying no. I'm trying to get in contact with the individual that asked the question, or that I asked the question to. Let's see. So y'all talk talk amongst each other real quick, just so I can find it. Because they're trying to get it. I don't know why they wait till right now. Like, we might have to continue this because I gotta pull them in. Gotta pull them in. Let's see. Let me see if this will do. Y'all give me a second. Let me just checking. But tell me why you would not seek counseling from the person that you're with. Why you would not let them in on all of your secrets. Hang that up. Because I think if I answer a text, isn't that going to send me out of here? Do y'all know for sure? If I respond to a text, will it take me out? Let me see. Patricia says, because I need to talk to a stranger with no emotional attachments. Okay. All right. Makes sense. Misty says, been there, done that. No, I learned my lesson. I might just be the person or persons I've been seeking counseling from, but it seems not to matter much to them. Been there, done that. Okay. I'm so upset right now because a person that needs to call in, I can't let them know what the number is. You're going to have to look it up. He said, not if you hit the arrow. So if I hit the arrow button at the bottom, it won't pull me out. I can respond. Keisha said, I ask men questions like that. If they ran a train on somebody, have they messed with the same set? Right. See, like those types of questions I would ask. So it's like if you're with that individual and they can't answer that question or those questions, isn't that something you need to know though? I mean, is that something that you would need to know? If they were with somebody of the same sex, or if they were in some type of Shara says, let out everything. If you're going to be married to me until I'm old, gray, and can't wipe myself, let me go back, can't wipe myself no more. I need to let it all out so that it gives get it to my spouse the option to hang on or move on. Right. And see, that's what I say too. But his response is he's not willing to even possibly lose that. Not willing to possibly lose. You see, that's in the beginning though. Pull down your screen and hit the arrow. Okay, so I'm gonna try this now. I'm gonna try it. If for some reason I get disconnected from you all, just come right back. Y'all promise, because I'm trying to pull this person in so we can have this conversation. I'm just trying to respond to it. So I'm gonna pull it down because that was Facebook. I get rid of that. I'm gonna pull it down and respond. If for any reason I don't come right back or it disconnects, y'all promise that you'll just come on back in because I'm coming right back in. Okay, I'm coming right back in. We might, so far, I think we all right. So far, so good. Uh-oh. Thank y'all. Okay, we did. So hopefully we'll get that call and we can continue this conversation because it's deep. And somebody finna get some mad kudos on here. I'm just telling you, okay? Somebody finna get some mad kudos, some surprise mad kudos. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, so we got, see, how many no's we got? We got what, 3 or 4 no's? Is it just the one man that said, oh, okay, and D May says, oh, hell no. Okay. Wow. Okay. Some more no's. So what would be your reason? What would be your reason for saying no? What's the reason for saying no? See, okay, so again, okay, I don't know if you all remember when we did this show and we on the move unscripted, and we were talking about deception, and we spoke about sexual deception. Oh, okay, that part. Okay, D, I got you. I got you. If something had gone on though, like I said, this is all prior to the person that you're with, but something happened. And we were talking about the sexual deception. So if the person that you're with, that is whoever they say they are, is Jackie, is Marie, is John, whatever. This is who you know. You've been with this person for however long you've been with them, and this is how you know them. You come to find out though that Jackie was first Jack, that Maria was Mark before, and that John used to be Joanne. But you with them now. So they're not telling you, right? They're not telling you that. Or what happens if they do tell you that? You know what I'm saying? Like this type of thing. What do you do with that? These wild faces. Yeah, exactly, D. That's why he's saying that certain things you don't talk about. You just leave it. I don't mean to laugh, but yeah, it happens. It happens all the time. See, like I said, my thing, I like to be open and transparent, but for me, it's easier because I don't have a dark past. Okay, so I got to be fair with it. I don't have a dark past. Do I have some things that have happened? Absolutely. I tend to be transparent though. Have I made some bad decisions? Absolutely. But for me to tell somebody that doesn't affect them per se. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't necessarily affect our relationship. It may, they may make a judgment. Well, because you did that, then I don't know if I don't know. I don't know. Okay, you got a right to not know. You got a right to make a decision based off of full disclosure. That's the part. You have a right to make a decision based off of full disclosure how you're going to move. You have that right. I respect that. But again, I guess in a way, I would be being somewhat biased, as I was called earlier. And I'll take that. If it fit, it fit. I would be somewhat biased because, like I said, my past ain't that dark. I can't say that I'm running from the police. I can't say that I'm, you know, under any type of investigation for being something that I'm not. Whatever. I've never been a prostitute. You know what I'm saying? I've never been on drugs. I've never been a man. You know what I'm saying? None of that shit. None of that pertains to me. I don't have anything that I'm running from. I've never had to take anybody's life. None of that. I've never had any, super strange sexual whatever's happened. Sorry, I ain't got it. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it would be easier for me to say, well, no, just go ahead and tell me I'm cool. And like we had this conversation. I said, just go ahead. I'm cool. I'm not gonna judge. He's like, yeah, hell, whatever, nigga. It was that type of, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. It's easy for me to say it, one, because ain't nothing being said to me, right? I don't know what I'm saying. Well, you can tell me anything. I don't know what the anything is about to be. I don't. I'm saying it from the standpoint where the person that I know myself to be right now, before you open your mouth, would like to think that I'm going to be okay with it. That's being honest. The person that I know myself to be, before you tell me whatever it is you're going to say, would like to believe that I'm going to be okay, right? That I'm going to be fair. I'm still going to be me. I'm still going to move the way I move. I'm still going to process you the way I process you. We still going to kick it. You know what I'm saying? I'm still going to love you the way I love you in truth. It's still going to be all good. 100. Ain't nothing ever going to change. I'm not going to have nightmares about you because you done told me this, that, and the other, and I'm going to roll over, with my, you know what I'm saying? One eye open. I would want to believe that. That doesn't necessarily mean that's what's going to go down. And that's just being real. That's being honest. And I think it's easy for us to want to say what we would like for us to be, or how we would like for us to respond, because how we would like for us to respond, one, is acceptable. And it sounds good. It sounds right for us. It pacifies or justifies us. It makes us feel good. It makes us look good to us. But when it comes down to, or if it ever came down to the actual situation being at play, what happened to that? What happened to that chick or that dude you just said wasn't gonna do all that right there? Where they at? Things change when things change. Let's just be honest about it. Things change when things change. And no matter how much you think, feel, desire, hope, pray, that you're going to handle a situation the way you would like to handle the situation, it's a great possibility that you will not handle it that way. Pardon me. If you all would like to call, please do so. 770-906-5271. 770-906-5271. Ooh-wee. I'm getting over a head cold, and it's just that. Okay. The other day, I was sounding like Barry White. I could have called any one of y'all women and got you. Okay. I could have had you. I'm just trying to say that, because that voice, it was doing it. It was doing it. nonetheless. So I'm gonna give you all a minute to process all of that, come up with your questions, comments, or concerns. I'm gonna do a quick commercial break. What we got here? The lioness says, much love and respect to you, Queen Kim. I hope you're well. Oh, that's my guy. What's going on? I'm so happy to see you. All is well. Excuse me. All is well. If you have not yet, and I know who has and who has not yet purchased your book, I know who got it and who don't. Trust me. Get it. The Business of Marriage. F your feelings. The truth about every relationship. Who wrote this? I did. You don't believe me? Bam! See, that's me. I promise you. It's me. So get your copy, okay? They're $20. $20. If I mail it to you, it's $22. Yeah, I'm basically eating part of the shipping. So go ahead and get yours. Okay, we got a caller. Who am I speaking with?
This is Keisha.
What's going on, Keisha?
You know I'm gonna get on you.
Yes, ma'am. Come on with it. Come on with it.
Now you know we be telling people that it's time. You gotta hold your feelings back on that behalf because you said F your feelings back.
Mm-hmm.
So when he told you no, he meant no.
Oh, I wasn't in my feelings about it.
I feel like
no. It's not that. Okay, so let me clarify. My feelings didn't get hurt. It wasn't like I'm taking it personal like that. Okay, it's just it's just who I am naturally. Like I was saying, like I'm going to search. I'm going to ask the questions because I care about the people I care about. This. But
see, I feel you should have asked that in the beginning.
Oh, I have.
Sitting at the table. So
I ask everything.
Okay, you chose to be with the person. So now that you with them.
Exactly. But that's what I'm saying.
If he gonna tell you the rest, he'll tell you the rest. If you didn't get the answers in the beginning,
right?
It was up to you to still go on with the relationship. See, I asked them questions in the beginning.
Oh yes, ma'am.
Have you been with the opposite? I asked them, have you ran a train?
Right.
I don't feel right when they run a train on a person. Because I was like, is they cajon? Oh, they felt okay. They was into. I was like, that's nasty. You went behind about a whole bunch of people.
Okay.
So stuff like that, I ask.
Right. Oh yeah, I ask questions. Trust me, I'm known for asking questions. Yes, ma'am.
I know you do, but you're in a relationship now. But I just asked you on the live. I was like, what if he tells you he was a pedophile? What if he messed with kids?
Right. You see that type of thing.
Right.
That's the type of stuff I'm talking about. Exactly. That right there. Yeah.
That's understandable, but
yeah.
If he's holding that from you, he's holding that from you.
Yeah.
It's too late. Y'all in a relationship. When he's ready to build everything, if y'all gonna be in like marriage or something, if he reveals it, it's up to you if you want to continue with it.
Yeah.
You know that.
No doubt. Absolutely.
But no counseling because like your friend said, that it's got to do with somebody coming back throwing it in your face. Sometimes people you might say you might not throw it in your face,
right?
But some people will throw it back in your face,
right?
Be like, that's why your mama did this,
right?
Right. Felt that way,
right?
You ain't gonna be doing that to me. I'd rather tell a stranger, and they'll be like, go do this. I'd rather go to the church and say Hail Mary how many times if I did something bad. You know what I'm saying?
Indeed.
I'd rather do that.
So let's make this clear that none of what you just said has anything to do with my situation. Okay, like let's make it clear. This ain't about me.
It's her situation.
Right. This is not about me.
Examples of what could be.
Right.
So we're not gonna put that on her.
Right. Not at all. This ain't got nothing to do with me. Not at all. No. I was just saying what if. Right.
The key word is what if.
Exactly. And we have always heard that if is a big word. if is a big word. And he's like, this really not, but it really is, because so many possibilities follow if. It's so many other scenarios that follow if.
That is correct.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay,
That's like
I
but.
get it. I get it.
You know, they say about if and
but.
When
Right.
Somebody say something, they say but. That means it washes the rest of it out.
Right.
Because you got something else to say. So if it's the same thing, it's a lot of stuff can happen. If this, if that. So if you start putting stuff behind, if this the beginning of what is.
Yeah. Right. It's a lot, man. It's a lot. It's a lot.
Well, I say this. I'm going to say it again. When he's ready, he's going to build. Men have a hard time building their secrets. When they do, they do.
Right.
When they're ready, they will.
Right. No doubt.
We even like that. Some of us hold back a lot of stuff too.
Right.
But when a man ready, he will do it.
Absolutely.
Don't pressure it, because he might go in his shell. Most men go back in
They
their shell.
absolutely do. Now I know, honey. I know. I do take my own advice.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm preaching to the preacher.
Right. I do take my own advice. Yeah, I do take my own advice, but I don't mind getting checked. Trust that. I don't mind getting checked, because like the things that I say to people, I have to make sure I'm listening to me. If I don't listen to me, I don't expect nobody else to. But sometimes I don't hear me. You know what I'm saying? So if somebody,
I'm gonna be your voice today,
well, there you go. There you go.
Okay.
So if I say something, if I say something that is being misunderstood, or if I'm responding in a way that is being misunderstood, there's a communication issues, a breakdown. We all have them. Anything could be going on where I'm not hearing something properly, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It happens, to everybody. Sometimes I ain't hear you correctly because of whatever's a bee flying in my ear, whatever. I got a head cold, whatever, or I wasn't listening fully, whatever the case is. You know what I'm saying? I'm over 50 now, whatever the case, you know what I'm saying? Something is happening, so anything can happen. But I'm just saying, I don't have a problem with being checked. I just want to make sure that I put the information out that I have, and then when you've received the information, when you've processed the information, then throw it back at me so I know that I gave it correctly. If you're responding, you know what I'm saying? If you're responding in a way that doesn't even have anything to do with what I said, something did not get communicated. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Right.
That's true.
So I don't have a problem. I know that men in particular are way more particular and timely on when, how, if, and with whom they share their vulnerabilities with. I know that. And so I will say this to women: do not pressure him into telling. Do not try to make ultimatums with him into telling you. Do not try to give him a timeline into when he should open up to you or whatever, because the moment you do that is the moment you shut him down. He should not have to feel like he's obligated to do anything at any particular time, because not if you and I want, for the lack of a better word, if you make him do something that he's not ready for, he's going to respond in a way that you ain't ready for. First of all, he gonna respond. Don't put him in no corner, because he gonna come out kicking and he gonna kick your ass. And that's facts. If he ain't ready, he gonna come out swinging. Right, and you getting hit, you ain't ducking that. I don't care how much boxing you got, you ain't ducking none of them blows, bro. None of them. He catching you. Okay, so allow him to. My thing is this: allow him the opportunity to get comfortable enough and trusting enough with you to find in you a safe enough haven where he can be vulnerable. Is that part? I heard you. Allow him the opportunity to find a safe haven with you so that he can be vulnerable, that he can trust you, and vice versa. If he doesn't, if he can't find a space in you or something about you that he's comfortable enough with to lay his burdens down, he either gonna carry them burdens forever or he gonna lay them down somewhere else with somebody. That's a fact. So, yes, ma'am. I sure appreciate you, Miss Keisha.
You're welcome. I enjoyed it.
Good. Thank you, darling.
No, no.
Still no. I got you.
No counseling from my man, my husband. No counseling. No.
Okay. All right. Bye. Okay. If anybody else want to call in before we wrap up, I'm so sorry. My folks didn't get a chance to call in here, but him didn't. Well, we can stay on though because it's my show, so we ain't got to get off. But if you want to call in, feel free. 770-906-5271. 770-906-5271. Make sure I didn't miss any comments. Yes, D Mays, F your feelings. Fuck them for shizzle. Yes, indeed. Let me see. Oh, thank you for sharing as well. Yeah, you all feel free to share these lives. Okay, sometimes people need to hear what we're talking about because they won't get it from anywhere else. So make sure you share them. Okay. Let me see. Miss Keisha also says, so what if he tells you he's, oh, we just talked about that, right? Said this new world, I can't stand it. I know that's right. It is something else. Rebecca, how you doing, loved one? Appreciate you for being here. D May says these days you gotta check the neck. Yeah, you gotta check the neck and between the legs. But see, that ain't gonna always get you, baby. That's not always foolproof. It is not. You gotta check birth certificates, okay? That because they're doing so much that yeah, you can be completely deceived. You said, yeah, Shonda said they use it as ammo. Absolutely. Rhonda, what's going on, Miss Anderson? Thank you for being here, beloved. I appreciate you. Again, if you all want to call in and share or ask a question, feel free. 770-906-5271. Thank you, Misty, for putting that up there. 770-906-5271. So that was my question for the evening. What questions do you all have? Because, I'm like, let's do this. This is the first time we've ever just had a Q&A type of show. So if you all have a question that you would like for me to answer, I would take advantage of that because I can't promise you when this is going to happen again. Okay, I can't, and I shan't. So if you want to know something that I don't have a problem share, you might want to do it tonight because next week, I ain't make no promises. You sound wild in the night, D. Yeah, a little bit. It's all good though. Sometimes you just got to. I'm usually very, well, no, that's a lie. I say I'm usually very serious. That's a lie. I'm not. I'm serious when I need to be. But we have been for the past little bit of time. So I just figured, why not? Missy says, me either. I didn't mean to laugh, but I couldn't imagine D saying right. Hey, D, keep it real. D May is keep it funky. I ain't mad at all. Yeah, I'm still laughing about it now. Indeed. He ain't doing none of that. I'm sorry. I'm not. Laughter is good. Laughter is good. I'm sorry. I keep coming across it. Let me move. I think I answered everybody's comments. I think I have. You said you're going through some notes, listening, going through some notes. I wrote this year. Okay. Okay. Misty's auntie's watching. So, hey, auntie. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions about anything at this point that you would like to ask before we get out of here, please feel free to do so. Keisha says, how do everybody feel about women asking a man to marry them? See, we had that conversation. I don't know if we talked about it on my show or if we talked about it on, was it on my show that we did this? Or on the Move Unscripted? I think it was probably on that show. So Keisha wants to know, how do you all feel about women asking men to marry them. Well, should I start? Because I know y'all gonna take a minute to type. I think I'm too able to see things from every angle. That's probably what messed me up. My sisters be off the chain. Missy said that's a no-go for me. I hear you. I hear you. I don't know. I'm gonna be quiet on that one. Only because, like I said, I see things on both ends. On the level of the traditional way. Traditionary. That's right. Make up a new word. On that level, I see it where if a man wants to be with you, if he sees you as his wife material, if he is ready, if he is in position, he has made a decision that you are the woman that he wants to be with, then he will bring that to you. He's got to be ready though. So on that level, then yes, he should ask because he needs to be ready. He needs to be ready to do whatever he's getting ready to promise to do and be. He needs to do that. So when he gets himself in the position, be it emotionally, spiritually, financially, whatever, then he's saying, well, yeah, I got all my stuff together. This is what I would like to offer you. This is what I would like to share with you. This is what I'm going to be able to do for you, blah, 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 blah. Or this is how I see us building and our union. Cool, I get that. Yes, absolutely. He should do that. He should propose to her when he's ready to do that. 100%. The other 100% is women want what they want, right? If you know what it is that you want, you know this is the man that you want to be with, that you're able to be your fullest, realest, completest woman with. You've also gotten yourself together. Then, yeah, you speak on what you want. This, I would like to marry you. I would like to be with you. I see it because you're speaking on what you want. You're saying what you want. So I see it personally. Myself, I don't want to do that. I no. Like in my earlier high school years, I could tell somebody, a dude, I want to be with you. I want to be your girlfriend. I don't want you to be my dude. I could have said that. And whatever. Yeah, I like you, or even in my early 20s, I could have, would have, whatever. Married? No, we ain't. No, that part I'm not doing. That part I'm not doing that because I think that if I know that I'm ready to be one, I'm in a position to be a wife and all that comes with being a wife. If you don't see that in me, then I shouldn't push that on you. If you don't see that in me, then for you, I'm not that one. Or you are not able to see me as being the one for you, right? So when my understanding, when a man proposes marriage, he's ready. It take a minute for a man to get to that point and ask that. If he gets to that point, he's already thought about everything. He's already gotten himself together. He's got a plan. He done mapped some things out. You know what I'm saying? So if I come to him with it, it's like, well, wait a minute. You know what I'm saying? It kind of knock him off of his everything. So the answer to that question, Keisha, for me, it's a no. Okay, simple. It's a no for me. Miss Carlos says, never ask a man to marry you. Hell to the no. Okay. Missy says, I just think it's a man's place because we be ready before he will be. Okay. Miss Carla says, let a man be the head in the relationship. All right. Again, Miss Keisha says, no. Misty says, I think it's the man's place because some women fall quickly and we know what we want. Some guys don't. I get it. Richard, what's going on, loved one? I appreciate you for being here. I think this is your first time, so I appreciate you for showing up. I hope this is doing something for you, even if it's just making you laugh. It's all good. D Major saying facts as far as the man being ready, that he got to be ready. Yeah, Patricia said me too. You saying me too as in you ain't asking him? There you go. I see it. Okay, you would never ask him. Bet. D May says you should live with someone before you marry them. Okay. Now, is that another question or is that your statement? Because that's also a question. Should you live with someone first before you marry them? Because then you can also go and say, should you have sex with them before you marry them? There's another question. Okay, that's your statement. Okay. So I just made your statement a question as well. So yes, I agree. And now it's a question. Should you live with someone before you marry them? And should you have sex with someone before you marry them? So let's say, for instance, and I'm not even necessarily talking about just regular old boyfriend and girlfriend, we dating type of stuff. I'm not even talking about that. Okay. Let's deal with this. Let's deal with it from a boyfriend, girlfriend, from the dating aspect. Exactly. They might be nasty as hell. Exactly. So from a dating aspect, you all have been dating, let's say for a year or two. Having sex. You're having sex, or you haven't had sex, but you've been dating for a year or two, but you haven't had sex. See, we have so many questions now. Okay, let me read these questions. Let me read what I got first, and then I'll bring it up. She might be, or she won't be freaking, might not be freaking up. Bet. Okay, Misty got a question. Why do some men see in homeboy? Wait a minute. Why do some men see in homeboy relationship in some women, and what does that mean? Why do some men see a homeboy relationship with women, and what does that mean? Yeah, she's a year. Yeah. Okay. So, Missy, we're gonna address your question in 1 second. Let me get mine out. Okay. So, if you're in a boyfriend girlfriend relationship, dating for, okay, D, let's say 6 months. Okay, we won't even say a full year. We'll say 6 months. Versus being engaged after 6 months and haven't had sex. You haven't had sex as dating, and you haven't had sex as an engaged couple. So it's two different things. Should that be the case, that you should wait while you're dating, don't have sex while you're dating, and maybe have sex when you get engaged, or not have sex while you're dating, not have sex when you're engaged, only have sex when you get married? Or I guess there's multiple personalities, multiple possibilities that could happen here. Okay, so again, I'll throw it out there. If you're in a relationship with somebody, or you're looking to be in a relationship with somebody, and let's just say, let's speak from the man's point, or do from the man's point and from the woman's point. Men, here's a question for you. When you are looking to be in a relationship, what is it that you are looking for in the long run? What is your long-term goal? If there is one. But if it's let's just assume this person that you're dating or whatever, you like them, you dig them, y'all are equally compatible. They got your back, you got them. They are financially stable. Both y'all are financially stable. You got your goals. Y'all headstrong. You got your own shit. Okay, what's your goal? What are you looking to do with that individual? Women, what are you looking for while you're dating? Or what is your whole purpose of dating? Are you dating because you just want somebody to be around every now and again, take you out dinner and kick it with, go to places? Are you looking for the purpose of having a husband, for having a soulmate, a one-time, lifetime partnership forever? What is it that you're looking for? We got questions. See, we're gonna be here. We're gonna do some space tonight. I'm excited. They're building a powerhouse together. Okay, so D, based on your answer, the purpose is to build a powerhouse together. So once you found that woman that you can build this powerhouse together, say you found that and you know that she's that one, and you know that within, let's say, 3 months. Let's say a 3-month period. Now, you all have not been sexually together yet, but you know that within 3 months. Do you propose in 3 months so you can go ahead and solidify the relationship? Or would you have expected that within those 3 months y'all was already in the sheets? Y'all already doing it? Is that a determining factor if whether or not you're going to propose to her? If she is, how compatible you are sexually? This can go all over the place. Like my questioning even is all over the place. You said no, a year. So it won't happen in 3 months. It's gonna take a year. So what if if you meet somebody, you like her, whatever, and she said, we ain't having sex though. We gonna do all this. We ain't doing none of that though. None of it. We can even move in together, but we ain't doing none of that. We ain't having no sex. None of that. I don't even want you to look at the titties. I don't want you to even know I got a vagina, other than looking at my birth certificate. I don't even want you to know none of that, right? None for a whole year. Can you do that? But we ain't doing none of that until we get married. Can you do that? Is that acceptable? I'm gonna go back and read you all's comments. Let's see. He says 6 days. I can't with you. Patricia says you shouldn't have sex before marriage. However, it's nice to know what things will be like in the bed before marriage, especially if you are a sexual person. So there are no surprises or unrealistic expectations. Okay. You shouldn't have sex before you're married. So what if you're not married, but you're engaged? Now, and by marriage, I mean legally. Okay, I mean that you have filed paperwork. That's all we're talking about that way. Because marriage to me is not necessarily about that paperwork, but we ain't going there. So in this scenario, we are talking about filing the paperwork and being married according to the judicial system. Okay. So, Patricia, you all are not married, but you are engaged. Should you still wait until you have filed those papers through the courts? Or is it acceptable once you are engaged, once you have made an agreement, we are going to be married? This engagement is an acceptance of your offer. I'm accepting your offer. So because I have accepted your offer, then it should be okay for us to go ahead and do this part right here. Because sometimes that changes things. You say, look at Megan Good, how How that work out? They was together, what, 9 years? They waited to have sex. What? How long? Was it a year or 2 years that they waited before they had sex? I don't know their whole story. I don't even care. I don't get into it. Keith said, I say live with somebody and have sex with somebody because you don't know how they is in both ways. You have to sample the water. Okay. You have to sample the water. Okay. All right. She wants some good wood. Oh, well, who don't? Shit, how you gonna build anything with some rotten ass wood? You can't. You gotta make sure that wood good. Missy says soulmate, and Patricia says soulmate, husband, lifetime partner, provider. Sexual compatibility is important, absolutely. They go look at another one. They go look at another one person to be with. You talking about? D you out? I can't. D don't be playing no games. He said, this ain't the 60s. Shara says, so I bought a car, been making payments, and I can't drive. Oh my goodness. Wait, that just made me dizzy. That's funny. Right. You making payments on a car that you can't drive. Right. What's going on, Ernest? What's your question, honey? You saying, huh? What's your question? Patricia says, no, I could not be living with a man for a year without sex. Not me. Okay. She said, we screwed. I can take it. What's going on, Calvin? Thank you for being here, loved one. I appreciate you. Ernest says, she will not lay in my bed and we're not compatible. Let me turn that around. Sorry, y'all. She will not lay in my bed. We're not compatible. Plus, most of us are not virgins. Facts. Okay. She won't lay in the bed. Period. He said, with full coverage insurance. Chandra, I'm so glad you showed up. Because you ain't playing no games either. I love it. That is a good one. He came fully insured. Hold up. I can't drive. I got all my papers. I'm paying on this note. I got proof of ownership and I can't drive it. I can dig it. I can dig it. Okay, so I'll throw my 2 cents in. And then we're going to go back to Misty's question if I can find it. So there was a time in my life where I believed that everyone should wait until marriage before having sexual intercourse. I believed it, that it was the right thing to do. That's how I was brought up, right? Most of us probably were, that you should wait till you're married before you do any of that. Yeah. And most of these lessons were probably taught to us by single parents. But nonetheless, I have since changed some thinking, because particularly when you're getting engaged, okay, when you get engaged, again, that's that business, okay? That's when we start talking about that. When you get engaged, that is where you have already gone back and forth with your negotiations on the contract. What's going in this contract? What are we agreeing on? What are we doing? Okay. What's the end game? What's the goals? You've already discussed that. You've already come to your agreement. You know what you're about to do, right? So the engagement is the confirmation. It is the acceptance of the offer. The offer has been made, a counter offer has been made, agreement has come to. The engagement is the agreement. At the point of the agreement, it should be okay. Not saying anytime before that it shouldn't, but this, as far as dealing with the engagement part, that should be okay, because you all have already agreed we're doing this for the purpose of being together forever, of doing this, that, and other. We're doing this. So if you're going in, you went into this contract being honest, if that was the case, if you went into this contract being completely honest and sincere, excuse me, then there should be no concern of a breach of contract, right? There should be no concern of this contract now being invalid because somebody didn't hold up their end when you've already agreed to it, which is why there was an engagement in the first place. So once you've gotten engaged, the rest is just paperwork, right? The rest is paperwork, whatever. So that's why I was asking, as far as the length of time when you decided I want to start dating, what the length of time between I'm starting to date and now let's get engaged. That to me doesn't have to be a year, 2 years from now. You can know these things within 3 to 6 months of talking to somebody. You can know this if you are having the conversations that you need to have. What's going on, Pamela? Thank you for being here, loved one. I appreciate you. You can have this, you need to have these conversations, ask these questions up front, get an understanding about what you're doing with, for, to, because of, whatever, with one another up front. So the engagement can take place within 3 to 6 months of the I want to date, I want to start dating now. Why not? People are like, that's too soon. Why? If the purpose of you dating is to be married, and you come across somebody who has that same idea, that same goal, then the purpose is, or the point is, to establish what we can do in order to create a contract, which is the engagement. What can we do to create this engagement? Work to the engagement. Once you have said, yes, this is what we're doing, go ahead and file it. Go ahead and file it. At the point of engagement, it's a done deal. What kind of sheets you got? Bet. Pull them things back. That's just me. That's just me. But as far as like just to be doing it, sex just for the sake of doing it, and you don't have no interest in being with this person long ago, like if that ain't what you're doing, I wouldn't really recommend it, because of the so many different things are happening in the transfer, intimately and spiritually. So many things are happening within a sexual transfer, a sexual involvement, spiritually and emotionally. Ties are being made, ties are being bound. You know what I'm saying? And if this is not somebody that you're trying to be with, I wouldn't. But that's me. That don't at all say that I've never done it, because I would be lying to say, well, I've never slept with somebody that I didn't intend on marrying. I've only been married twice. I'm almost 50. Okay. So I'm just saying, being real, just being real. Let me see. What's going on, Tim? Thank you for being here, loved one. I appreciate you. I hope I'm going to see you this next month, so I can get my dance again. Ernest says, key phrase is having these conversations while courting. Absolutely. Yes, indeed. And marriage is a business transaction. Yes, it is. Again, if you have not purchased your book, please get your book directly from me. If you want the hard copy, you have to get this directly from me. It is, however, available on Amazon Kindle. It is available on Amazon Kindle if you would like that version. Okay, I got somebody trying to call in here again. So y'all give me 1 second so I can respond to it one more time. Oh, that was an earlier one, so never mind. They just didn't make it. It's all good. But anyway, the hard copy is $20. If I mail it to you, it is $22. The Business of Marriage, F Your Feelings, the truth about every relationship. So that means your friendships, your family relationships, your people you want to be with, ships, all of that. Okay, definitely something you want to look into. Let's see what else we got. What else we got? Oh, and you can also get this on my website. That would be helpful. Where can I find that? You can get it on my website. Go to my MYOMY wellness.com. MYOMY wellness.com. If someone could please type that in for me, I would be so grateful. MYOMY wellness.com. MyOMyWellness.com. You can just go to the shop and purchase your book from there. The website is going to say that it's not up. It is up. I'm just not doing massage anymore. So that's the part that's down. Let me go back and find my sister's question. Yeah, Chandra and D Mays tripping. Y'all funny. I'm just start laughing all over again. Let me find Misty's question. Give me a second. Unless you want to just restate it, Misty, because I don't even know how far back I need to go. I'm not sure how far back I gotta go, Misty, to find your question, love. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm gonna keep looking, but y'all keep talking because this is funny and fun for me. I said we haven't had this type of episode ever before, so we're ending the year out laughing, and that's dope, as we should. I'm so glad y'all came. I was really kind of concerned because of the holidays. People are still celebrating that y'all might not have even bothered to show up, but you did. Okay, so here's Misty's question. Misty asked, why do some men see a homeboy relationship with some women, and what does that mean? So I guess, why do y'all see some of your girls, your female friends, as homeboys? What is that? When you what is that? How do you have a homeboy type relationship with women? I think that's the question. If not, Misty, correct me. But if that is, let me know. MYO. You love that H, girl. It says MYOMY, no H. MYOMY. Let me see. You said, why do women get the homeboy status from the guys, right? Why do some women get the homeboy status from guys? Well, you know what? I can kind of answer that, and I'm not a guy. And a lot of that has to do with how she carries herself while she's around other guys too. Remember, I talk about energy a lot. And if a female's energy is more masculine, that means she's coming across real aggressive, real. That's all I can say. She's coming across like that. She's coming across aggressively. She's coming across assertively, masculine. So however she presents herself is kind of how he's gonna deal with her. You know what I'm saying? If the woman is around like, okay, let's just say if a woman has most of her friends or associates are males, but she is a soft woman. She's a feminine type. Not taken away from her being a lady at all, but she's a feminine type. The men that are around her are going to treat her like a feminine type. Even if they don't see her as somebody they want to be with, they may treat her like a sister or somebody that they need to protect because she's coming across delicate. You know what I'm saying? She's soft. She's presenting herself very soft. But for women that present themselves as, oh, I'm cool, I got this, I don't need no man, I'm whatever, I'm good, I can do it. The independent type woman, them the ones get the homeboy status, because there ain't nothing he can do for her, because she's presenting herself as equal to him on his level in that masculine energy. So if you don't want him to treat you like he would treat his homeboy, then you can get out of his homeboy's energy. That's just my thought. But guys, you can feel free to answer that because it was more so directed to you all. And Ernest says, because they act like, oh, okay, bet. Okay, right there. He said, because they act like dudes. Okay, real quick to the point. Indeed. Do we have it? Oh, Patricia says, I will say being good platonic friends for a couple of years is best before sex. Okay. Absolutely. But here's the thing. If you're not already that, and if your intent is to find somebody that you are going to be with, to say to them, let's just be platonic friends for a couple of years before we have sex, you are most likely going to be platonic friends forever. Okay? Because you've already put that out. So like if you've grown up together or you've met, in a mutual place or whatever, y'all just out kicking and whatever, and you've started that way, that's a possibility because you're not looking for that. That's not the point of the development, right? It started that way. My relationship, for instance, I haven't sexually been with him, and it's been almost 2 years, right? It's almost 2 years, and there's been none of that. Okay, but I guarantee, that's all I'm saying. Yeah. So it depends on what you what you put out, like what you are expressing that you want from the beginning. Okay, that's gonna make a difference. Ernest says exactly. If you want no sex before marriage, say so at the beginning and allow your man the opportunity to agree or disagree. Absolutely. I think that's a lot of things. A lot of time that is what cheats the relationship, is because people don't say what they want from the beginning, in the beginning. They call me skate, bro, and there's no coming back. Right. And there's no coming back from that. Absolutely. 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 So a guy will also look at what you call him. If you call a guy that you're interested in, homie, homeboy, my dude, stuff like that, yeah, he processing you just like that. That's it. You are my dude. You are homie. That's how you said hello. What's up, homie? You okay? You can't go from homie to hey babe. Nah. What's that song with Mary J. Blige? Monday, a friend of mine. Tuesday, we played a game. Wednesday, you went away. Thursday, things weren't the same. Some junk. Friday, y'all know what I'm talking about. Anyway, on Sunday they made love, and what are we gonna do? Because now they all confused because things weren't right. It didn't start off right. Okay, so if you don't express what it is that you want from the beginning and be working at that thing from the beginning, it doesn't work. Things become confusing. You know what I'm saying? And once you have put in the mind of the man that he homie, and that's where he at. You can't now say, but I love you. I want to be with you. It's been 12 years. And all of a sudden now you want to be his woman. He done, girl, you've been home girl. You know what I'm saying? Like you've been his home girl for 12 years because that's where you put him from day one. That's where you at. That's where she just want to, okay, bet. He ain't finna waste no time. See, they don't work like we do. He ain't finna waste no more mental energy on trying to put you nowhere else. He might hit. Nah, he might. But as far as being emotionally attached to you in that particular way or opening that space up to you in that way, it's not happening. Once you have said, you my friend, you my homie, what's up, dog? That's it. So be careful. You better off just calling everybody, hey, babe, what's up, boo? Whatever. Keep it clean. Oh, just call him by his name. How about that? And then there will be no confusion whatsoever. But if you feel as if this is somebody that you want to establish a different type of relationship